ASMR. I should have filmed this video last night. I got back from soccer or football, a game that lasted 2 hours. So I got back. As I was going back, I had the worst blood sugar crash ever. My vision was feeling so bad, and then I ate a bunch of food, so I started to feel better, and my body started aching, so I could not be bothered to film this video. Now, my body is still aching, but, yeah, a little bit less, I guess. I don't know. Let me turn this down a bit, there we go. So yeah, we're feeling a bit tired this morning, but that's fine. A little morning ASMR. Sometimes I watch ASMR in the morning, right when I've woken up, just to be super relaxed. I know most people watch it in the evening or to go to sleep or whatever, but each to their own. So I was talking with a few people recently, and just discussing I think there's a big thing with younger people now that we're never going to be able to get rich and buy a house and just create wealth in the same way that the older generation did, just because of the price of housing has increased a lot more than the price of salaries has increased. The ratio of that to that increasing since the 80s. The house prices have increased 11 times, and the average house price, and then the average salaries only increased by 3 times. It was quite interesting, and I do think those points are completely valid, but I also think there are still ways to get rich if you want to get rich, go into investment banking or finance or some back-end computer development. You can very much still get rich. Apologies for the sneeze. I'll probably cut that out because it's way too loud. Anyways, there's still places to work and jobs to do where you can get rich. I think it's just that it's back in the day you could be a bus driver and still make enough money to go buy a house and everything like that. Now it's just not very feasible. But I still think it's possible. And sort of going into that, I think taking risk, taking some risks in life, and more specifically in your career, is important, it's very easy to be born in one place and, obviously you grow up there and everything. That's out of your control. If your parents move, then you move, and if your parents stay there, you stay there. But if your parents are, if you stay there until you're 18 and you go to university there, which still I think is completely reasonable, or you go to university in a city that's right next to it, or still in the same state or country, or nearby or something, that's fine. And I think that's completely understandable. I think after that, that's when it becomes a big choice, do I want to stay, close to everything I know, my family, my town, potentially my friends, and maybe work a job that doesn't make you as much money, maybe isn't as productive to your career, or is it worth taking the risk, going somewhere new, trying something different, and, not even about money, but maybe just better to get up a career ladder, or, obviously making more money, or just, maybe you live in, I don't know, just you live in, I'm trying to give a good example. Maybe you live in, San Diego, hypothetically, right? Which, this isn't gonna work, but whatever. And maybe San Diego has no career opportunities in, I don't know, entertainment or something, or like you really want to be like a producer of some TV show or something, and it doesn't really have the opportunities, maybe it's worth taking the risk moving to LA, starting at some not so great job as you would in San Diego, but the career progression, the ladder there would be a lot higher, obviously, because there's just more people in LA doing that. So I think it's interesting. I definitely think it's right. Like, I think life is all about risk in anything. Like, it's the same thing when, like, if you decide to enter a long-term relationship, there's the risk to that, right? And that risk is balanced by, ideally, the love and appreciation and what that relationship brings to you, which is ideally, like, happiness and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. And then obviously staying single for your whole life could be a risk. You know, sometimes like sometimes not making a choice is the risk in itself. So, sorry, that doesn't make any sense. Sometimes not making the choice is the choice in itself. So, saying, I'm not gonna do this, obviously, that doesn't just keep you at the same. Sometimes that also means like, oh, I'm not gonna do this, which means that might take away your opportunity to do something else. So it's interesting. In other news, well, let me know what you guys think about that, by the way. Let me know if you guys have, everyone's taken some sort of risk. Let me know if you guys have taken like crazy risks in your life, or you've generally played it pretty safe. I know everyone has different personalities and brains and just perspectives. So let me know how you guys feel about that. I think there's definitely a good balance, and I think most people are happy with a good balance. You know, if you are just do the safest option your entire life and never, strive for anything different, that can lead you to a place of, I mean, for me, just like absolute boredom and maybe a bit of regret as well. And then if you do the exact opposite of like always taking risk, there's no way that always ends well. That man with you, having, maybe you took too risky of a job and now you have no job, or, just there's a lot of risk to that too. So, also like a lack of stability as well, generally, which I think most humans like in some sort of capacity. So, anyways, I like to do like 2 topics during these rambles, and that one was quite long and quite serious. We might freshen it up a bit. So, I have been extremely sore recently because I've started playing soccer or football again, depending on where you're watching from. So yeah, like, it's hard to explain the specific workout that it gives you as compared to doing anything else. I would say the most pain I'm feeling is the outside of my knees. The outside part of my leg, that's where my knee is, if that makes sense. Definitely ankles. The front of my ankle is quite a weird one as well, like the tendon there, and then the sides of my foot, they're quite specific, but but yeah, I really like playing. I played for, pretty much from the age of 4 to like 18, and then I stopped for whatever reason. And now I'm finally getting back into it, like, regularly. I went to university, I had an injury, whatever. So, I'm trying to get back into it. It's been quite fun, though. It's been good. I've kind of realized that, I still definitely have abilities, but I'm definitely not where I used to be. So, hopefully at some point I still work my way up. At the moment, I'm just trying to balance that with like the workout schedule that I was doing, because normally I gym like 5 times a week or so, but it's just not feasible when I play football one of those days, because the next day I'm just absolutely destroyed. So I think I'm going to start swimming a little bit more to mediate that. Normally at the gym I'm either running or biking, like doing some sort of cardio, or rowing, or lifting weights. Typically, like, I do chest tries day, so like chest exercises and tricep exercises, and then a back and bis day, so doing back exercises and bicep exercises. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start swimming on like the recovery days from this, because it's just, I need something that's like really low impact, you know. And I'd like to get back into swimming as well. I used to swim a lot. I don't know, I'm sure I've been over this topic loads, because it's something that reoccurs in my mind a lot. I feel like adulthood is about reconnecting, like young adulthood, maybe older as well. It's about reconnecting what you used to love as a kid, whether that's exactly what it was or maybe something slightly different. You know, like maybe as a kid you loved cars, and then as an adult that's when you can go buy them, you know? I don't know, I think it's interesting. Maybe I'll go into that more in a different ramble, though. I could talk about that for a whole video, so I think that's going to be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below what you guys think of these ramble topics. If you guys have any opinions, any comments, any questions, let me know what topics would be interesting for a future ramble.